a free gig going on ZipRecruiter, and then you post on ZipRecruiter, it'll automatically post with other job boards, which probably aren't going to get you hardly any application flow. That's not what the idea is, at least in my view. But like Dan was talking about Google, okay, you want to be everywhere possible because Google for Jobs is a game changer. And it really is one of those things that nobody knows about. And it's crazy. It's Google. We all know about Google, but Google for Jobs came out about 5 or 6 years ago. And I remember hearing about it, and I've kept a pulse on it like literally weekly from that point on. Every week I'm going, what are they doing? What are they doing? And nothing was really happening. About 2 years ago.
It reminds me of the Google guarantee thing when you're like, I've heard about Google guarantee for like the last 2 years. When is this thing? It's going to matter. Like they're going to take everything over because it's Google and they own all of us. So like when is this happening? Exactly.
It's exactly right. And the Google thing didn't really get traction until about 2 years ago. Google for Jobs. And I'll show you a little bit, a couple things that are very important about it. So that's the segue into being everywhere on job boards and every place you can be. About 3 years ago, about maybe 30% of job seekers would go to Google and start their job search there. Now it's close to 75% of job seekers now start their job search going to Google. I think that's going to be closer to 85 or 90% in a year or two. All right. So that's obviously something you want to pay attention to. With that said, Google for Jobs, unlike Google to try to get clients and acquire clients where you can throw money at it and you can say, hey, AdWords, there's a couple $100, get me a couple clients. Hey, pay per click. Yep, I can do that and get a few clients, $10 a click or whatever it is. Right now, I'm sure this will change. Right now, you can't throw any money at Google to get your jobs listed at the top of Google when a job seeker searches for it. You have to understand the tagging. You have to understand the algorithm. You have to understand and be in many, many platforms and places in order for their algorithms to find you. You need to be on Facebook, Craigslist, social media everywhere. You need to understand the coding, the HTML that goes into it. I didn't like any of that. So we hired somebody.
But tying back to ZipRecruiter, I now see the value in ZipRecruiter because it posts to 40 plus job boards.
Exactly.
And now I see why ZipRecruiter is valuable.
Exactly. Yep. And it's got its purpose. With all that said, we hired somebody to make damn sure that if 75%, soon to be 90% of the human beings looking for you for a job, find you. We hired somebody to do that. And typically what happens, I'll go real quickly here. General Labor, Plymouth, Minnesota. We've got an office in Plymouth, Minnesota. I refreshed it. So we said General Labor, Plymouth, Minnesota. It might be window cleaner near me. If you happen to live in Plymouth, I don't. So I have to put Plymouth in there. And this is what Google for Jobs looks like. Many of you may not have ever seen it because most business owners aren't looking for a job. So this is what it looks like. It normally pops up the top 3 to 5 jobs posted that most likely fit what that job seeker just put into Google and they're searching for. And so you have to understand how that all works. We have the top 2 of 3 out of hundreds and hundreds of jobs that are posted here because we understand enough about it to hire somebody. And that's Google for Jobs. Really, really important. Okay.
It's cool seeing that we have the top first and second spot. That's like when Phelps and the other dude were swimming in the Olympics. Like you got the first 2 spots.
Exactly. Who do we have? I've got a house cleaner in Nicole, Savannah, Georgia. I guess we need to put house cleaner,
not house. I'm trying to buy a house in Savannah. Then I'm gonna have Nicole come and clean it for me.
Okay, I didn't shoot myself in the foot. Thank God. We are listening. We do have you listening, Nicole, up here on the top. This is a client of ours. It's not Blue Skies, but it shows up as Blue Skies in here because she's a client of ours.
it's cool that like even the next thing on ZipRecruiter and the next thing on Snagajob. I haven't seen Snagajob in a while, but there it is.
Right.
Like Google is finding those things even, and so it just supports like the get on a bunch of different stuff, you know, make Google knows you exist because that's where people are looking.
Yep.